Queuing can bring out the worst in the most impatient of people, but this guy who wanted to take his family out for dinner just took it a step too far. Surveillance footage from a restaurant in Shanghai's Huangpu district caught the moment a disgruntled and likely socially challenged man toss a bag of poo at the premises. The CCTV footage shows the man lob the bag of muck at the building's entrance at 2:56 a.m. on July 6th before making a quick getaway on his electric turdmobile. The restaurant's workers arrived a few hours later to find the evicted bao tenant lying on the ground shivering and were forced to delay opening their business to deal with the biological hazard. But why did the man do a poo and go? Sina News reports that after the police were called at around 9 a.m, they investigated the premises and watched back the CCTV, and from that alone, they were able to identify the bum bandit as an individual surnamed Wang, who they then tracked down by that afternoon. Praise facial recognition. Trying to justify the fecal fright, Wang explained to the officers that the night before, he had wanted to eat at the restaurant with his family. However, there was a long and tedious line. Not wanting to wait, Mr. Hanky quarreled with one of the members of staff and left in a sulk, blaming them for purposely making his life miserable. But Wang wasn't done. Instead, he carefully calculated his revenge and would execute it no matter what. For his crime, Wang was placed in administrative detention for 15 days and likely had his social credit score flushed down the toilet.
A red-faced Chinese couple apologized this week for stealing an electronic toilet seat from a hotel in Japan. The travelers, identified as Mr. Li and Miss Chen, found the multi-function toilet seat underneath their bed at a hotel in Nagoya on Monday. In an attempt to keep a lid on the bad press, the sticky-fingered tourists claimed to think the seat was left behind by previous guests. Maybe no one ever told them that just because something isn't nailed down doesn't mean you can just help yourself. Demand for electronic toilet seats is off the chain in China, and the gadgets have become one of the most popular purchases for Chinese visitors to Japan. The seats can be heated, have a disinfect button, and provide an ass hose and more powerful than a Japanese shogun. So it's not hard to see why Mr. Li and Miss Chen thought they had hit the jackpotty. The couple from eastern China apologized and sent the toilet seat back when the hotel discovered it was missing and kicked up a stink. But we think the only thing this pair of thieves were sorry about is getting flushed out. In fact, we go as far as to say that we think they're full of shit.
If you've ever been to a public bathroom in Asia, the availability of toilet paper is no laughing matter. Oftentimes, the higher traffic restrooms are even less likely to provide TP, which can leave your backside in a bit of a pickle. And the bathrooms that do offer toilet paper also have their own unique problems, like this one in Yibin, China. People jacking all the free toilet paper. Thanks to surveillance footage, workers are finally able to figure out why the dispenser was always empty. Video posted to Miaopai apparently shows people in the building showing up around 5 a.m. to clear the toilet paper out. The footage shows two different women and one man pull off separate teepee heists, clearing the dispenser out. One unlucky man then walks up to find him and his bowels are out of luck. Oh crap. Maybe instead of installing all those cameras to spy on people, China should just roll out more facial recognition toilet paper dispensers instead.
Last week on Hong Kong's MTR subway system, a 40-year-old woman from China made a big stink. But no, that's not what you're thinking. The woman boarded the subway and, seeing as there were no seats available, yelled and scolded and verbally abused all the passengers on board until someone fled the cacophony of noise and she got a seat. After she was comfortably seated, the woman took off her shoe and began to vigorously scratch the sole of her foot. The smell of unwashed feet was enough to convince several other people to flee to neighboring carriages. It was a surprise no one passed out from the stench. But I suppose we should applaud her for not taking a dump on the subway, which has happened more often than you would think. There has been more than one yellow river flowing through subway cars in the past.
If you want more Tomo in your life, click the subscribe and bell button so you get notified when a new video is up. Thanks for watching Tomo News.